Hi everyone, welcome back to day 4 of my 25 days of Christmas. So if you are new here, I am posting a video every single day in December leading up to Christmas. So super fun. This is day number 4. Before we jump into it, just a reminder, make sure you go and you're following me on Instagram, Facebook, subscribed here on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of the fun. There is a lot of stuff coming up. And as always, all of the products that I am talking about, you can purchase 24/7 just by going to littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. So let's go ahead and jump into today's project. This is a little bit of an unconventional, I want to say, Christmas card. Mainly because of the color palette. Not many times I think you see black Christmas cards or Christmas cards with a black base, I guess I should say. But I really wanted to just do something a little different and see how it went. So I love how this turned out. I think it is so fun, so beautiful, and I still feel like it's really Christmassy, even though it's a black card base with pink and green on it. I don't know. I really like it. So, and I also like these little mini cards. So I feel like I have another mini card set coming up, if I remember correctly. I feel like I do. But I really like mini cards, especially for the holidays, because they're really easy. You go and buy your friend a bottle of wine or something. These are really easy to slip in and utilize instead of making a big card. You can whip these out really quickly, and they're just nice little cards for those little tiny gifts that you give to people. Even for big gifts, they're great. I love mini cards, so I really wanted to do a mini card for today. So let's jump into it. We are going to be using the Little Treats stamp set. I'm not going to use any of the dies that go along with Little Treats, but I think this is another really good way to utilize this stamp set outside of just doing a treat box. So let's get into it. The first thing that I want to do is get my embossing out of the way. So let me zoom in for you so you can see a little bit better. So I want to get my embossing out of the way. And I pulled all my stamps out, but I didn't put them on blocks. Silly me. So I'm going to be using this stamp here. That is these little ornaments. They're really cute. I love those. And then the sentiment that I'm going to be using today says, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas." And as you can see on my sample, I kind of put them together as our little sentiment and greeting. And then the other stamp I'm going to be using is our little Santa hat, which is absolutely stinking adorable. But we don't need that for right this second. We do just need these two. So I'm going to grab my Versamark ink. And I am going to ink this up. So I'm going to do my sentiment first. Just like that. And you probably can't see it on camera, but I can see the faint resemblance, or the faint, it's like shiny where, sorry about my big old noggin in the way, where that Versamark already is. I can kind of see it, so then I can line up my little ornaments right underneath that. I think it makes a really cute look. I just thought the ornaments kind of had it looked like a little shelf to me, and so I needed to put something on top of it, and it ended up being my sentiment. So I'm now going to take this piece and just be careful to not put my fingers in the ink. And I was like, I know I grabbed my embossing powder. Where is it? I'm going to take my white embossing powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle it all over. I'm going to tap, tap, tap. You just want to make sure you hold it and tap, 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 tap. I always keep a paintbrush nearby my embossing stuff to help kind of knock off any excess, anything like that. This one, it's pretty intricate inside, like this little area. I have some stray embossing powder, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. It'll look just fine, but that's just a little tip. If you keep a little, this is like an old makeup brush, I think, in your embossing kit, I guess maybe if that's what you want to call it, it can help get some of that stray embossing powder away. So I am now going to funnel this back into my little container here. Y'all, if you have not tried out heat embossing, you should. Sometimes I think people are intimidated by it, and that's why they don't try it, but it's really easy. And honestly, the supplies go a super long way. Like, I have literally had this container of embossing powder from when I was a demonstrator the first time, which was I started 5 years ago, and embossing was one of the first things that I really got into. I mean, you can see how much is still left in here. Like, I don't even know that I've used half of it. So the stuff really does go a long way. Anyway, I will stop my rambling. I'm going to heat set this. My heat tool is off to the side, off camera. So I'm going to heat set this and then I will be right back. Okay, and there it is, our little sentiment. Super cute. So setting that off to the side, I'm going to use that same piece of paper that I just used for my embossing. I'm now going to use it as a backdrop. And I am going to stamp our little background with all of our little Santa hats on it. So I'm going to be using Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo. I know, very traditional Christmas colors. That was a joke. That was my little sarcasm there. But honestly, I think it goes really, really well. Like, I honestly, I love this card. So what I will say is, because I am alternating the colors on this piece, I am going to clean my stamp in between, because I'm probably going to do a couple in Melon Mambo, and then I'm going to do a couple in Granny Apple Green, and then a couple and go back and forth. So I have my Stampin' scrub over here off to the side that you guys can't see, but I am going to be using this to scrub off my stamp in between the various colors. You could also, I normally use my Stampin' chamois for something like this, but mine is dried up and I need to go and re-wet it again, and I just figured I would just grab my scrub and use my scrub so that I didn't have to go and do that really fast. It's really, I'm just being honest with you guys. I should not have to go and rinse it in the sink. So here we go. So I'm just going to take my stamp here, and like I said, I'm probably going to do a couple in Melon Mambo, and then I'm going to clean my stamp over here, and then I'm going to do a couple in Granny Apple Green, and I'm just going to keep going and alternating until I get kind of the look that I'm going for. I'm not being super careful about it. I'm just creating a fun background piece is really all I'm doing. I know I'm going to get quiet because I'm concentrating and trying to figure out where I want colors. Also, like, I find myself getting really caught up of, like, where do I put this one and how do I not get all the colors in the same place? Just have fun with it, have at it. Don't worry too much about it. It's going to be okay. Just have fun with it. Just make sure you don't stick your stamps in the wrong ink color like I almost just did. That one right there. I think I'm going to do another little green bit right up there. Then I'm just going to try to, and this is something I also do. I will pick up my piece off of my scratch piece away from everything else and just kind of hold it out and look at it and say, okay, what else do I think this needs? And I think I want pink down here. So I'm just going to do that really fast. Maybe let's just do the bottom here. Perfect. And that's it. I'm going to leave it at that, and that is going to be good enough for me. I do really like doing the two different colors of stamping on background pieces. It's a little more work because, like I said, I switch colors. I don't just do like all of the pink and then go in and fill in with green. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's a little bit more work when you do it this way, but I really like the way that it looks. So, you know, it's just one of those things you kind of have to pick your battles and figure out, like, is it actually worth it to do it? And I think this one is. So now all we're going to do is assemble this card. So I'm going to take my piece of Whisper White, flip it over, put some adhesive on the back, maybe if I don't get my fingers all up in it. There we go. Okay. And then I am going to have this card going like this. So I'm going to put this piece down just like so. And then I'm going to take my sentiment, flip that over. I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back. As usual. I mean, y'all, when do I not use dimensionals on a project? That is the real question. I don't think I could think of the last time I didn't use dimensionals. I basically use them in every single project. And they're so easy to use. And they're not super expensive. I think it's like, you get like 100 for like $7 or something like that, I think. So I'm just placing my little sentiment. I'm placing it in the right-hand corner, so it's pulled down a little bit. You could do it right in the center. You could do it at the top, at the bottom, whatever. I just like it being kind of off to the right-hand side. That's just the look that I like, and so that's what I'm going for. And that's pretty much it. We're going to fold it in half and use our bone folder to get a really nice crease. But that's pretty much it. Super, super, super simple card. Really fun. Definitely something you could give to somebody that is a little bit more eclectic and doesn't necessarily like the normal like red and green Christmas colors. Or I think this would be really good for a kid's gift also because it's got those fun colors in it. I love it, and I love normal kind of like red and green Christmas colors, and I love this card. So you could really give it to a variety of people. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's project. As always, you can find all of the specifics on how I made this project specifically in the coordinating blog post, which is the first link in the description box below. All of the products that I've used today can be purchased 24/7 just by going to littlemooncreation.stampitup.net, or you can just head over to littlemooncreation.com, which is my website, and you can see all of the fun stuff that I have going on over there. I have posted a couple giveaways already through my 25 days of Christmas, so if you are interested, make sure you head over to those past videos and check that stuff out because there are some good things that I'm giving away so far. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5 of my 25 days of Christmas. Bye, guys!